Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ & Sons, and we have the Waste Management Open here on our PGA 24 series. This one is played out in Phoenix. It's one of the most exciting tournaments of the season, so I'm glad y'all could join us for this one. Now this one, we are right now tied with Jordan Spieth for first. We will be playing with Hideki Matsuyama today, so it should be an interesting round. As I said before, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to Everything Champ & Sons, sports gaming, simulation gaming, we got it all. But let's go ahead and jump on into the Waste Management final round, sitting at 18 under par here in a tie for first place. Now this is going to be the first hole of the tournament at the TPC Scottsdale, as this one is going to be a par 4, about 407 yards. Like I said, we are the co-leader, so we're going to step up first and give this one a shot right down the fairway. Our driving skills have been pretty decent so far. We're fairly consistent in that. Where our game is kind of lacking at times, it is going to be more in the short game. Off the tee box, we're solid. Short game, some struggles there, but I think we can get that kind of figured out. So our first drive is going to be right down the middle of the fairway, sitting at about 105 yards away from the pin. So now here comes Matsuyama to the tee box as well. Sitting at 17 under, he steps up to that one, and he hits a pretty good solid drive. This is the second round of the tournament that we have played with Matsuyama. We played with him, I believe it was round 2 of this tournament. So he hits into the fairway. We were able to go considerably farther than him. But sometimes, as we all know, when it comes to approach shots in golf, distance isn't always the most telling factor. So here comes Matsuyama's approach shot, and he drops that one right next to the pin, sitting within the 10 feet marker of the cup. And that's a challenge. He looks like he may be on today, so we're going to have to start matching him shot for shot. We are at 18 under. He's at 17 under. But we're going to... This is going to prove to be, I think, a little bit more difficult than what we were hoping for in a battle with him. So trying to line up our approach shot, thinking about, it's difficult to choose between the 60 and the 54, just the way the distances are set up. But knowing we're hitting slightly above us, we are going to go with the 54. Not going to go completely full swing with it, and hopefully it does work out for us. A little bit of extra backspin on it, putting us at 12.5 feet from the cup. Would like to have seen a little closer, but hey, we will take it. We're on the surface, leaving us with a birdie opportunity here to get the final round started. It is about a 13-foot downhill right to left breaking putt, so this one is going to be a slight challenge. You don't want to go too hard and blast that ball right on by. As we put the stroke to it, that ball is going to settle right atop the hole just on the other side. And these greens are kind of tough with their break. Sometimes they're a little bit easier to read, but other times, man, it seems like there's a lot more break than what there really is to it. And hopefully this doesn't become a pattern for the remainder of this final round. Matsuyama strokes his putt, and he is going to sit right on the lip of the cup as well. He, like me, doesn't put enough work into the break, but here we are about a foot away from it. Gonna tap that bad boy in for our par and remain at 18 under for the tournament. Like I said, we were tied with Spieth, so we'll have to see where he's at after this hole. Matsuyama just mere inches away for the par putt as he gives out one little tapper. Anybody that's seen golf has known you got to still take your, not obviously minutes, but actually step up and hit a strong putt. We have seen professionals miss and whiff on the putt before. It's rare, but it does happen. Now, Spieth did actually drop a shot after that first hole, so we were in the lead after hole number 1. But we're going to go ahead and advance on up to hole number 4 now. And this is kind of a tough situation that we're in because Matsuyama has been playing pretty well. And to the point where, he's poised to actually be in the lead of this tournament. And he hits his tee shot good, but no real spin or soft landing. So it rolls to 16.5 feet away from the cup here on the par 3 4th hole. So here we are going to set up 19 under par. Sitting here tied with Matsuyama as our co-leader. 172 yards to the pin. 7-iron is what we're going to take. Got to be careful with making sure we get the right amount of spin on that thing. We push it slightly to the right, and it's going to hit, and it does roll. It takes off on us a little bit more than what we were hoping for. And that's going to settle about 34 feet from the pin here, leaving a lengthy putt for birdie. A little meat on the bone, as they say. And so it is going to be a downhill, once again, another right to left breaking putt. Got to continue to be careful with this one, especially the way the green kind of dips off right past the cup there. So we hit our birdie putt. We stroke it pretty solid. It's heading towards the cup, and it's going to not have enough on it. Never up, never in, as they say, and we failed to put that one up, and we failed to put that one in. But it does give us a solid opportunity for a par. Just need to make sure Matsuyama, who's tied with us at 19, misses his birdie opportunity. He strokes that one, and the ball is traveling towards the cup, and he will drop that one in, and now he's going to take the lead here after 3 straight birdies. Matsuyama has gotten this thing tied, has taken the lead, as we have just a par opportunity here at 19 under for the round. Got to stay the course. We're 1 under through 4. Matsuyama's 3 under through 4. Got to know that kind of momentum's got to settle at some point. So he does take the lead. We're now tied with Spieth in second place here. As we get ready to move on ahead to the 9th hole, a par 4, about 453 yards. Fairly straight on, but there are bunkers that look and pose a bit of a problem with us, especially as you get around to this wider green. It's not very deep, but it is definitely wider. Now the pin is offset to the left side, so we do have a little bit more to play with on our approach shot. Now Matsuyama freshly having the lead here in this one. He blasts that one. That's going to be right down the middle of the fairway. Carry about 250 yards. I'm not even sure if he's taking his driver off the tee. It looks more like a 3-wood. As that ball travels a total of 289 yards with the roll. So now we're going to step up to our tee shot, sitting here in second place on the par 4 9th hole. As we get lined up and we put a solid swing on that one and crush it right down the middle, but it is drawing to the left side. Hopefully it doesn't reach that corner and gives us a pretty decent bounce over to the right. And it looks like it is going to hold on there in the fairway. A good drive, 315 yards in total. Flew that thing about 280, which is right around where Matsuyama's ball had stopped. So here comes the approach shot. Matsuyama steps up. He hits a pretty solid one, and it looks like it's traveling fairly decently. Just needs to get up on the green. He does land it there and sticks it to within 10 feet. Oh my goodness, he is on point right now. So now here comes our approach shot. We're sitting at about 130 yards away from the pin. The wind is at our back, so we want to be careful with it. So we're going to go ahead and take our 50-degree wedge. We put a pretty good stroke to it. I think we probably could have hit it a little harder, but with the wind using to our advantage, as we hit that one and stop it within 6 feet of the pin. Great shot by us here on that one. Now Matsuyama, the leader at 21 under at this point, is going to line up for a birdie opportunity. He strokes that one and he will drop it in. We're going to have to go birdie for birdie at this point. Matsuyama finishes a front 9 at 5 under par for the day. And we're just sitting here at 2 under in second place, trying to get to 3 under for the front 9. As we step up and kind of want to measure this one out, it is a little bit of a right to left breaker. It's going slightly uphill, but not all that much. So just very delicate movements in our measurements here and adjustments. As we send that ball into the cup for a birdie, we're going to have to go birdie for birdie. That's our only opportunity here to catch up and stick with Matsuyama at this point, the way he is playing. So through the front 9, Matsuyama has the lead at 22 under. We are at 21 under, sitting here in second place as we approach the back 9 here, the final 9 of the Waste Management Tournament. As you can see, the iconic 16th grandstands there just behind the 10th green. That hole is one of a kind in the golfing world. So here we come up. Matsuyama is going to lead off here from the tee box. as he steps up to the tee. Plenty of crowd starting to gather around us as we are the final pairing of the day. He drives that one down the right side. It's going to hit and actually land in the bunker. Matsuyama getting off, tried to cut the hole short with the little fairway has a dog legs around that bunker, but he's going to go a little too short and actually hit it into that bunker there. So we get set to line up, and we're going to try to hit a little bit of a fade, it looks like. As he puts a solid swing behind it, that one is going to have the fade movement on it. Just need to have the bounce corrected so we don't fly it into the rough, and that hits and rolls, and it's going to sit just shy of the first cut, but still remain in the fairway here to get the 10th hole started off, which is exactly what we need to have happen. Now we are going to be the first one to hit. The pin is strategically placed more near the front, but not very much space between the left side of the fringe and that bunker versus where the cup is. So we got to be careful. We hit a nice high one. It's flying in there. Just need it to stick on the green. It does hit, and it will stay on the putting surface within 11 feet of the cup there. Pretty good, solid birdie opportunity for us to get this back nine started. Now Matsuyama sitting here at 22 under out of the fairway bunker. He hits a nice shot. Looks like it's trailing to the right side. He lands that one in and just sticks it. Matsuyama is playing on point. He's within the 12-foot marker just like us. So both of us have solid birdie opportunities. Fingers crossed he'll actually miss one of these things. Remember, he was 5 under on the front nine. Sends that putt towards the cup. It's traveling and it drifts just to the right of it. Woo, got lucky. The last little half-inch of break at the very end steered that ball away. So now here it is our turn with the birdie opportunity. We are one shot back, and this is our opportunity to get it tied up. We send the ball to it, and we don't play enough. We didn't even play the right speed. Thought we had it. That is a disappointment like none other as we step up to line up our par putt from about 1 foot away. Send that one into the cup, remaining at 21 under. So a great birdie opportunity we let slip by us here in the opening hole of the back nine here at number 10. Matsuyama, just mere inches to go, knocks in his par putt, breaking his, he made 5 birdies on the front nine. Thought he was going to have a run of them again on the back nine. At least he starts out with a par there. Now we're going to advance on up to the par 5 13th hole here at TPC Scottsdale. It's got a lot of length to it, and the way it kind of curves, sometimes it's a little challenging to cut it off and kind of shorten the hole a little bit with how you play some of the angles, especially with all of the bunkers that are around it. So we are going to have to keep a watch on that, and we want to be careful not end up in a bad position. Now we are going to tee off first here in this one as we strike that thing right down the middle beautifully. Sitting there, drive carrying 280 yards. And that one is going to end up just over the 300-yard marker at about 310 yards off that tee box. Now you will notice, or some of y'all may have noticed, we are sitting at 22 under. The downside of that is Matsuyama's at 23 under, so he still maintains a 1-stroke lead. It's like nothing we do is good enough. So this one, he tees it up down the right side. Hopefully he gets a poor bounce, and he does not. Now his ball will not travel nearly as far as ours. He sits at about 300 yards, so 10 yards shorter than us, which means he will be hitting first. He does have a tree slightly in his way, depending on how he plays it, even with this fairway wood. He comes up to it, hits it, it clips the tree just ever so slightly, and that ball is going to be impacted. Hits, and he will roll that one into the bunker on the front side there. As that, it's only a second shot, but not where you want to be. So here comes our second shot here on the par 5, sitting at about 235 yards away. And I don't want to take a 3-wood. We do have our 5-wood. We're gonna have to work to make sure we get this thing to try to land soft enough. Put a good solid stroke on it. Looks like heading more for the center of the green. That one will land in front and bounces beautifully for us and rolls past the cup and need it to hold on there. Whoa, Nelly. As that thing sits, and it does stick actually to the green and under regulation. Well played with the bounce coming off that hill. Hit right into it, which actually slowed it down quite a bit. Now Matsuyama from the bunker hits, and that one is going to land and stick on the green for his third shot, so it puts him within 15 feet for a birdie opportunity. He just will not go away, it seems. Now with our eagle opportunity, it is going to be downhill putt with a left to right break, not the stiffest break in the world, but still not one you want to misplay. We strike that ball. It is tracking towards the cup. Beautiful putt, and it goes right past the left edge. The one time we played a little too much. We've had a habit of not playing enough in this tournament. That time we played a little too much. And we're still chasing our first PGA victory. All right, we finished second in our opening tournament, but haven't really been able to do much since then. And Matsuyama just drops in a birdie putt like it's nothing. Just knocks it in 15 feet, easy breezy, no biggie. So here comes our birdie putt. A little, not quite as daunting, sitting at about 3 feet. We hit that one, and thankfully we still aimed it right at the cup. Because that one almost blew right past the hole. So we're now sitting at 23 under, but guess what? Matsuyama's at 24 under, still keeping us in second place. Now we're going to advance on up to the 16th hole, ladies and gentlemen. The score is remaining the same, and here comes the crowd noise, something we have been waiting for, and this hole is electric with the sound reminiscent of a Happy Gilmore style of play. Now, you got to step up and got to play this one carefully. It's 163 yards. The pin is placed in a pretty decent spot for us, but it's not one where you want to embarrass yourself and miss out on the green. So we are going to be hitting first in at 23 under here on the 16th hole, par 3, 164 yards away about 162 yards away from the pin. Now the wind is at our back, so we are going to have to play this in carefully. We are taking a 9-iron as we hit a good solid shot. That ball is tracking towards the pin. Just need it to land soft enough with one bounce, and it's going to roll, and it will hold steady, and the crowd reflects the enjoyment there as we blast that one right to within the 10-foot marker, and we got him fired up. So now it's Matsuyama's turn. His tee shot is going to be lined up. He hits one. It is tracking as well, just a little bit shorter. He hits, and it's going to kind of sit and stop, so he's 20 feet from the pin. And, you know, both of this crowd is what this tournament is all about. And there have been rumors they're wanting to change that, but there's no way they can do that at this point. It is too much the culture of this tournament. Matsuyama sends his birdie putt, and he's going to drop it in from 20 feet. He just doesn't ever want to miss. Now 23 under, we have got about 10 feet to the pin. And this is going to be downhill, slightly right to left break. We need to stick with Matsuyama and make this putt. So that one is tracking beautifully and drops right in. So we're going to maintain one stroke behind with 2 holes remaining. Both of them are going to be par 4s. We will have our opportunity. We just need to come through. So now here on the 17th, it is going to be a par 4 17th hole, 332 yards away. Water on the back and the left side of the green, a bunker as well there at the back, which can come into play. Now it is 330 some odd yards, so if the conditions are right, there is a chance we can try to reach this thing with a driver. And when you're down by 1 with 2 holes left, I'm not one to shy away from doing that. So we are going to have to be careful about this thing as we try to line it up, because you don't want it to bounce too far to the left and end up in the water. The wind is at our back. You also don't want to overshoot the green, end up in the water. Overshoot the green, end up in the bunker. So we are going to have to be careful about that. So once again, taking a look at the measurement and where we want to play this thing. We aim it more towards the pin, knowing that, hey, maybe we can get some proper roll. We strike the ball right off the tee. That is going to be a beautiful drive. It's apex sitting at 82 feet in the air, and it comes down 285 yards. It is rolling. Needed to hold up across the green and try not to go into that bunker as it sits, and it's going to sit up on the fringe, or technically the first cut as they call it. 9 yards to the hole. A beautiful tee shot setting us up for an excellent eagle or birdie opportunity. Now here comes Matsuyama. He has his driver in his hand. He hits that one. He pulls it slightly to the left side there, needing to make sure he doesn't have a bad bounce. It hits. It's rolling further to the left. Needs it to hold up, and it's going to hit into the water hazard. He hits it into the water off the tee. That is a daunting shot. So he drops it, and now here comes his third shot. And, of course, he pitches it up and beautifully lands that thing right next to the damn pin within 7 feet for a par opportunity. But we have a shot at birdie. So this thing is still looking at potentially, a one-stroke swing. We can still get tied going into the last hole, assuming he makes his putt. Now we send our chip to the cup, and that's going to set us up beautifully within 3 feet of the hole for the birdie opportunity. So Matsuyama, here comes his par putt on the 17th. He is sitting just about 7 feet away from the pin. He lines that one up, strokes it. It's going to hang up on the left side there. He didn't have nearly as much break as he thought it would, and that's going to leave him with a bogey here on the 17th as we're about to hit a birdie. This is a 2-shot swing. We send our birdie putt into the cup, and that's going to do it. Give us the lead here at 17. 25 under for the tournament. Matsuyama, for his bogey, just inches away. He's going to step up and knock this one in just right quick to send us to the 18th hole as we have now switched places. We are the 25 under. He is the 24. We went from the hunter now to being the hunted. He went from the hunted to now being the hunter. We have switched roles for the final hole. This is going to be a race to the finish. 1 stroke separates us. A par 4, 442 yards, water down the left side, which is a big concern for being off the tee box. So as long as we can avoid that, it'll set us up with a decent opportunity. Bunkers on the right and left side of the green will come into play, but we just got to be smart about how we do things. Wind is blowing slightly from left to right, so we might be able to use that to play for our advantage. As we hit it, and that wind is going to push us a little further to the right, I think, than what we were wanting for. But we got a good solid bounce, just needed to stay up in the first cut, and it will. Leaving us about 130 yards to the hole here for our, coming into the stressful 18th hole for our approach shot with the 1-stroke lead. Now Matsuyama might want to be a little bit more aggressive here. He is sitting 1 stroke down in second place as we are on the last hole. He takes his final aim, gets set to the ball, and he's going to hit and drive that one. It looks slightly to about the same flight pattern as ours, same area. He's going to end up also in the first cut as well. Both of us not wanting to hit in the water. That would be catastrophic on this hole. Both of us avoiding the water situation end up in the first cut on the right side. So here comes Matsuyama's approach shot. He swings it slightly to the left of the pin. It depends on where that thing's going to stop. It bounces once and comes to a stop within 13 feet of the pin, leaving him with a beautiful birdie opportunity to try to get this thing tied up. So we have to match that. Sitting at about 129, 130 yards away. Wind still blowing left to right. The pin is slightly above our feet location, so we are going to have to take that into account with this wind direction. So we step up with our 50-degree wedge, hit a good solid stroke. That ball is tracking beautifully towards the pin. It bounces once, and it's going to hold up and hang in at 12 feet from the pin. Whew, man, anything you can do, I can do better, is what he's saying. So Matsuyama for the birdie and the tie on the 18th green to try to see if we can send this to a playoff. He strokes that, but he's going to drop that one, and that puts him at 25 under. Here on the final hole, tied for the lead at the moment. But we have ourselves a birdie opportunity, trying to avoid a playoff and just get the win outright in the original 72. Try to take measurement. It is a 12-foot putt, fairly flat with slight right to left break. We send the putt home, and that's going to drop in for the win. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby, we get the win here in Phoenix at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. 26 under, 8 under on the final day. We snatched victory from Matsuyama, who had played so beautifully during the day. Spieth also had a decent performance, just not good enough. He started the day in the lead and just wasn't what he could do to hold on. So that will set us up for our future tournaments. Not sure if it's going to be the Genesis or another one slightly later on. We'll have to see how that plays out. But definitely hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video. Also give us a thumbs up and hit that bell icon to be notified of the next tournament that we do have here on the Champ and Sons channel. Thank y'all very much for joining us. I will see y'all in the next one, everybody. So as always, stay safe. And, well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.